I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Last night's game, game two, it was awesome. That game had a lot. I'll say this. Yes, even though the score was 2-1, and yes, we lost in overtime for the first time in 8 years. It happens. It happens. But overall, last night was very entertaining. As a hockey fan myself, that was a pretty good game. That was a really good game. Just not the good ending, for us at least, but still a pretty fun game. So it is Rangers versus the Panthers at game two. And the Rangers prevailed. They were able to outlast the Florida Panthers, unfortunately. And the series is tied 1-1, and we go to game three on Sunday at 3 o'clock at Sunrise, Florida. What is this game leading up to? A lot of defensive struggle, which is a absolutely amazing game by Gustav Forsling. And some other defenders like Bennett, especially Forsling. Forsling was just absolutely amazing last night. Rangers, they have Redby back, so that boosts up their energy. That's what they're saying, at least. I mean, that's all they talk about these days. But overall, somebody had to win this game. There were a lot of fights. Well, actually, there weren't a lot of fights, but there were some fights that happened. Penalties. No one was able to get a power play goal. Or actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. It was Verhaeghe. Totally slipped my mind for a second. Verhaeghe gets a power play goal that wound up being a tying goal. But for the Rangers themselves, they did not get a power play goal. So that's what happened. And they had 4 power play opportunities. They capitalized on none. Florida had 2, especially with Chris Rooney. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, how awful was he? But they did get 1 power play goal. That was Verhaeghe. But who scored first? So it's Bobrovsky going up against Shesterkin. And the first blood was drawn on Vincent Trocheck. Vincent Trocheck came in. They did a little tic-tac-toe to the back of the net. He was assisted by Artemi Panarin, which is his eighth assist of the postseason. Oh, come on. This is stupid. Oh, this app. And Adam Fox, that's his 5th assist of the postseason. Off the snapshot is Trocheck, that little tic-tac-toe thing. But here's my question. Here's what happened before. Gustav Forsling, and I forgot whether or not if it was Trocheck or if it was Savanacek. I believe it was Trocheck himself. But basically, before this happened, Forsling was high-sticked by Trocheck. I saw it. A lot of people saw it. And the referee somehow missed it. They somehow missed it. And it's just stupid. It's just absolutely ridiculous how they missed the high stick. Forsling was clearly from the stick itself. And that's why they had a brawl after the first goal given up by the Rangers. Vincent Trocheck, a former Panther, by the way. They were fighting. They all had that all-out brawl at the behind the net. Matthew Tkachuk gets a roughing call. Carter Verhaeghe gets a roughing call. Even though he was pushed by Lafreniere, he was also getting guilty of a roughing call. So with all that, New York comes out with a power play, and that penalty would be killed off. They did had a shot on goal, which was Mika Savanacek. So that is the situation. Forsling, totally defensive. He's a brick wall, even though he's not. Bobrovsky, that is the pretty much the bottom line here. So back to this goal. The rule I don't know. I'm looking at the rule section 38.2 letter B. Missed game, and I'm reading this off of the NHL rule book. Missed game stoppage event in the offensive zone leading to a goal. And I quote, a play that results in a goal, call on the ice where a defending team claims that the play should have been stopped by reasons of any play occurring in the offensive zone that should have resulted in the play stoppage caused by an attacking team but did not. The one exception to this provision is when the puck strikes the spectator netting caused by either team and goes unnoticed by on-ice officials. Well, there you have it. Even they missed it. The missed stoppage only applies in the offensive zone. Where this happened, they said it's in a neutral. Get the fuck out of here. That is terrible. That is a terrible no call. I bet you this, ladies and gentlemen. I know what the rule book says. I just read it. I literally just read it to you guys. But I bet you this. If this happened to us, and we did the same thing that they did to us, and we score, they would disallow it. I guarantee it. Oh, well. So after all of that, Rangers get a power play. Like I said, Savanacek gets one shot on goal, saved by Bobrovsky. New York was playing like they're on a mission. And they're good like that. Kulikov gets an interference call on Wenberg. New York goes back on a power play. There will be one shot on goal. There was actually a shorthanded chance by Reinhart, but that was saved by Shesterkin. Gustafsson gets a shot in, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. Barkov tries a wrist shot, but that was saved by Shesterkin. And then, soon after that, New York gets an interference call. It's Barclay Goodrow. Goodrow gets an interference call on Barkov, and Verhaeghe scores. Lundell gets an assist. That's his 8th assist of the postseason. And Bennett gets his 3rd assist of the postseason. Off the wrist shot, it's Verhaeghe. I mean, he gets one through Shesterkin to tie this thing up 1-1. It's a power play goal. That's what the Rangers commentary says. It's a power play goal, Sam Rosen. But after that, the game remained tied all the way through the rest of the game. Now, for the rest of the game, it's been stressful. It's been really tough. Both goalies were playing absolutely terrific hockey. Shesterkin was playing good hockey. Bobrovsky is also playing good hockey. Forsling was really good. Kulikov with some big hits. Penalties that just cannot get by. Stanley gets called for interference. Philip Chital gets called for slashing. It's a 4-on-4. And then Ekblad with the stupid penalty on Kreider. That will make it a New York power play for a while. And that penalty we killed off. Kreider gets some shots on goal. Trocheck. That was saved by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky, absolutely amazing saves. And in the second period alone, the first commercial break didn't happen until 12 minutes and 15 seconds into the second period. So from 20 all the way down to 8:45 is where we don't have a commercial. So that period zoomed on through. It was quick. It was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing to watch. Big hits from left to right. It was awesome. So Adam Fox after that, let me double check real quick. Yeah, penalty was killed off. Adam Fox gets called for hold on Rodriguez. Florida goes on a power play. Montour gets a snapshot that was saved by Shesterkin. That penalty would be carried off all through the third period, and that penalty is killed off. So now we're in the third period, and immediately after that, it became a little bit of a 4-on-4. Verhaeghe gets called high sticking on Trouba. So 4-on-4 for a bit, and then the penalty is killed off, and then the Rangers will go on a power play, and they do nothing with this power play. Instead, they gave up a couple of shorthanded chances from Florida. Montour with the wrist shot that was saved by Shesterkin. Lundell also tries, but that was saved by Shesterkin. So there's that as well. Panarin did get one on goal, but that was slash shot saved by Bobrovsky. So slow third period. I didn't think the beginning of the third period was entertaining. I think it was pretty. But then it gets better. It gets crazy again. Panarin and Savanacek were trying to get the go-ahead goal for New York. All the time saved by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky is just vintage again. Then Kulikov completely hits Rempe. And then Savannah off the crossbar. Barkov off the crossbar. So the posts, not our friends. Not our friend for this one. And guess what? We go to overtime. So it was a back and forth battle. Both goalies doing absolutely amazing work. But the game is not satisfied for hockey folks because we had to go to overtime. And overtime, we had first shot on goal was Troy. I can't pronounce it. Snatch with the slash shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Coyle tries to get one. Wenberg also tries to get one, but both times were saved by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky is just absolutely really, really darn good. Excuse me. And then what else happened? Panarin gets blocked by Ekman Larson. It's not this one. It's a little bit after that. You'll see what I mean. Adam Fox with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Reinhart tries a slash shot that was saved by Shesterkin. Forsling tries to get one that was saved by Shesterkin. Florida on a mission trying to get this. They really were. Lo Sarinin was trying to pull this off, and they just were not able to do so. Forsling tries again, saved there by Igor. Then Reinhardt tries again, that was saved again. Lo Sarinin with the wraparound, saved by Shesterkin. And then was this before or after? Here it is. So Kreider tries to get this one. Apparently he missed it right. Initially, I thought that Bobrovsky once again made an absolute robbery. And he kind of did. They're not going to say it, but he kind of did. But then the next shot after, Ekman Larson with a absolutely amazing block. I mean, oh my goodness, what a block by Ekman Larson. I'm glad he's on our team. I mean, that block, it reminds me of the time where, oh man, there was one player years ago where he made that stick save, and that was pretty fun. That was awesome. Lucas Carlson, there it is. Where he made that incredible save. This is kind of similar to it, but it wasn't with the stick. It was with his knee. It was pretty awesome. Lo Sarinin tries and nearly finishes this game off with a wraparound, and then tries to shoot one left and right. Well, both times to the right, just were not able to do so. And then after that, New York wins the face-off. And then with the snap shot, yeah, that ends the game. And then, with this, and then before that shot, there was a debate whether or not there was a high stick, but there was no evidence of it. It was pretty close. It was pretty close of it, unfortunately. But yeah, Jacob Trouba gets the 4th assist, and Vincent Trocheck, who's both goal contributes from both sides, he gets his 9th assist of the postseason. Off the snap shot, that puck just went by Bobrovsky. I mean, that was just a quick fire. It's Barclay Goodrow with the 4th goal of the postseason, with his 4th goal of the postseason, and that's a game winner in this one, in Game 2. And New York has tied this series 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. So it stings. It kind of stung last night. Not gonna lie to you, it kind of stung last night. But then I had to think positive. I remember this. Game 1, we did win 3-0 at Madison Square Garden. And playing at Madison Square Garden is already hard enough as it is. So I remember that. And I remember number 2. We knew this was going to be a tough battle. And I think I said this in Game 1. That game, it's far from over. And they are going to come out swinging. Do you realize how big of a win that was in Game 1? Because something like this could happen. That's what I remember. And what I remember, number 3, it's still early in the series. It's still a lot to decide. And then I remember number 4. Florida, they always find a way to bounce back and be tougher and be better every time they lose. They're not undefeated when they rebound from a loss this season, but majority of times where they did lose, they bounce right back up. So I would expect Florida Panthers to come back to Sunrise, and New York comes down with them to play harder, play angrier, and they're going to make them pay. And that's what I believe in. That's what we got to remember. But really, the biggest important thing to remember is Game 1. You don't know how big that. I don't think anybody realized how big of a win that was. I'm just saying. Anyway, team stats. New York has 3 more shots on goal. With 30, we have 27. New York with 51 hits. We have 40 hits. They have more faceoff wins than we do. I already talked about power plays. 25 block shots for the Rangers. We only had 23. 3 takeaways for New York. We have 2 takeaways, but New York has given away the puck 11 times, and we only given away 4. And stars of the game, they give 1 star to Barclay Goodrow. That was a game winner in overtime. 2 stars, Shesterkin with 2 stars. 3 stars, they give it to Sergei Bobrovsky for 3 stars. I'm pretty surprised they actually did that. I thought they would have given it to Redby. I don't know. I personally would have loved to give it to either Forsling or Bobrovsky is kind of a good choice for me, you know. But anyway, I wouldn't be mad if they give it to one of the Rangers players like Trocheck. You know what? You know what though? I'm kind of surprised. I'm surprised Trocheck is not part of the stars of the games. I thought for sure they would have Vincent Trocheck on there. Just saying. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's gonna do it for this one. Florida Panthers lose this one. Game 3 is Sunday, which is tomorrow, and it's going to be on ABC this time, so buckle up. And yeah, folks, this is my TVG. If you like this video, please hit the like button to subscribe our content because my TVGs are back. And when it does, hit the right there with the entertainment you deserve. Tune up, folks. It's only Game 2. It's only our first loss of this playoff series. It's far from over. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night, folks.